YouTube! Are you ready for a rant video? If you don't like rant videos, you may want to go on to one of our past videos to avoid this little rant here and all that stuff. I'm hoping this will calm me down in a way, the Lubus fountain and that. Okay, in recent events, it seems like it's not going to end anytime soon, basically. It's the driver's not paying attention. It's not the pedestrians. They're not just the pedestrians. For me, as a pedestrian, I gotta watch all the drivers as much as possible. This is one of the safety issues that I was concerned about. This is an updated video of it. Basically, there's way too many drivers texting and driving, or on the cell phone while driving. I even catch a few big rig trucks doing basically the same thing, texting and driving. Now you just compound the issue that now everybody is playing Pokemon on these cell phones while driving, and I have seen enough of it, basically. Luckily, some of you guys, I have not filmed you guys yet, but it doesn't really stop me from, I don't want to be a camera vigilante. That's not what this channel is all about. But it does affect how we do, how we do our stuff too, in a way, and all that stuff. So, but I'll show you how I do my safety when I shoot a video. That will be coming up later. There's a video. So once again, I'll go through the safety, how we do our filming, and that. Constant violations I've seen all the time. The texting and driving. It's got to stop. I nearly got hit a few times already, and I was not even vlogging at the time. I was just doing my normal walks. I didn't have my camera bag on me at times. It's just when I'm crossing at a crosswalk, it's just constantly people speeding up for what? Just slam on your brakes. That needs to stop in a way. Get the word out, especially. You got YouTubers in the Clinton, Iowa area. You got YouTubers. There's 8 million YouTubers. And I'll guarantee you, you're going to be on one of those embarrassing YouTube moments. Don't want to do that. Don't do it. Don't be texting and driving at the same time. Unfortunately, I've seen too many people that does this. That needs to be stopped and all that stuff, because you're making an unsafe environment out there on the roads. It's not just the roads. It's not just the cars. Some of the truckers I also catch on does it too. I'm also going to show you another constant violation that needs to stop in a way. I'll explain a couple things that you, the driver, needs to be aware of at all times. One thing is, if you're driving in a city, be aware of pedestrians. In fact, be aware of pedestrians at all times, and be aware around you at all times. That is probably the best advice I can give. Yeah, even if I don't own a vehicle myself, when I did own a vehicle myself, if I had any traffic violations, it's usually on occasional speeding ticket, which was not actually a ticket, it was more like a warning. And that because, when I see flashing lights behind me, I pull over like you're supposed to. And a lot of people don't even do that. I noticed that on one of my trips years ago, before we even had this YouTube channel gig going. I seen many people. I even walk here in town when I'm not filming. People refuse to stop and pull over for emergency vehicles. You guys need to do that. When the emergency lights are flashing and the sirens are going, you guys need to pull over and make a reasonable, if not a full stop at least, and let them pass. And that. So just think of it as the emergency vehicle going to your loved one's rescue. Just think of that, okay? Just think about your loved ones. When you see an emergency vehicle coming up behind you, pull over at least and stop, because they could be going to your a friend of yours or a relative of yours to the rescue. Alright, the most common complaint I usually have right here is over here you see the cross line. There's many people that don't stop behind that line. They choose to stop up here instead, which is a violation. If you're one of those drivers, you need to stop doing it. You need to stop behind that white line. Because otherwise I can't cross safely. Always watch out for pedestrians too, on top of that. Okay, I'm approaching an unmarked area. What happens if there's an oncoming car that's going to beat me at the intersection right here? Well, if I see them at advance, that they're going to turn here, I give them the right of way. But here, when it's not marked, no markings, the car should be able to stop behind the stop sign. It should be behind the stop sign or behind the sidewalk here. Technically, behind the sidewalk in a way, if you can. This way, always watch out for pedestrians. And for us pedestrians, this is what we have to do when we need to cross on a busy street. But basically, when I see nobody coming at the intersection, I just continue walking on. But if I see somebody coming from the opposite direction, I don't know who's coming behind me. This is a poor excuse. This is a one-way going this way. But I'll show you another intersection when they're coming from behind me. And I don't really watch for them because I don't have eyes behind my head. I'm going to cross right here. What I usually do is I look in that direction, see how far the cars are coming from. I judge the speed that they're coming on. Right now, I delayed too long. I also look this way. Even if it's a one-way going this way, only going this way, I still look for idiots that want to come this way against on one-way traffic. So I just constantly look both ways, make my crossing. I still continue to look both ways, even I look right here, because you never know. And I keep looking for one last time to make sure I'm all clear. And that's how I do it. That's how I cross the road. I don't know if you can see it or not, stop sign. So I can come out here where I can see the traffic. I'll stop about right in here, away from the curve, and I'll look both directions and see where my cars are coming from. I gotta remember, they're coming from behind me too, so they gotta see what I'm gonna be doing too. So when I see it's clear, I'll go. But the cars behind me gotta watch what I'm doing too, and I gotta watch what cars in front of me does. So yeah, it's dangerous for me too when I'm walking. It's a safety issue that I always face. But a lot of people like the California roll that stop sign, or any stop sign. Don't California roll that. I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're in California, you're talking about a $500 fine and a ticket without court costs. It does not include court costs. Yeah, even in recent days or recent weeks since the Pokemon game got crazy, I have seen literally 7 to 8 people will play their Pokemon on their cell phone and they don't even know they're walking across a busy street. So your Pokemon players on your cell phone, always be aware of your situation at all times. Now, that's just basically when it comes to the cell phone issue and other small issues, especially drivers, stay behind the white line if it's there. If it's not there, if it's not marked, stay behind the stop sign or sidewalk. If it's not a sidewalk there, it's supposed to be behind the stop sign. You know, always be aware of pedestrians. It's not easy for me too, because I gotta keep an eye on you guys too. And one thing is, for your drivers, watch your speeds inside a city. It's really terrible. When it's posted 20 miles per hour, you choose to go 40 or 50 miles per hour. And that's you wonder why your insurance is so sky high. Just look at your insurance rates and your driving record. Start driving safe, those insurance rates will drop, I'll guarantee you. Okay, safety when I do my shooting of a video. When I'm doing a selfie walk around like I'm doing right now, I'm constantly looking ahead of me. I'm also looking to my sides to see who's coming around me at all times. And using the cameras, I'm looking into the camera in some way, I'm looking, you know, what's ahead of me. Right now, there's 2 cars coming ahead of me right now. How do I know? Now there's 3 cars coming ahead of me. You're going to see them go in that direction. Bing, bang, boom, if I choose to put them on video and that. So there goes car number 1 right now. And there's going to be car number 2 going to go this way here real quick. See, car number 2. And car number 3 is right there. 3 cars. Now, reason is because I'm watching ahead of me. Now I got another car coming. You want to know? This is the point of view. This is what I do once in a while. Point of views videos. Selfie, point of view. Selfie, point of view. Be safe when you guys film YouTube videos, okay? Out there, alright? And there's another thing I want to tell you when we get home, okay? Okay, I am home, relaxing. I need to. I was starting to limp real bad. Again, I don't know. I gotta really rest. I have to ice my leg, I've always said the last few days. Okay, just to finish up this little video I'm making right now, basically. I know cell phones can be distracted driving, but a lot of you may be watching our driving videos to see the point. Is that distracted driving in a way? Technically, it is if you do it in a safe manner. Now, when I did my GoPro shots with the GoPro, where I had it mounted in that awkward position behind me, I was running it through the cell phone, and it was automatically on. If you saw like just a thunderstorm video, if you look towards the middle of that video where I actually had the cell phone on with the camera on, because I don't have no LED screen back here, so I had to use this to make sure it was running and make sure it's properly positioned correctly. That's how I found out on our Cedar Point trip. That's how I got those side window shots and that. And I run it by remote control. I just pushed a button and I asked Angie, who was running gunshot, to make sure that the clock was running, to make sure it was recording. And it was a simple yes or no question. It was a simple yes. We were good to go. If it was no, then I have to pull over someplace, find out what my issue is. Usually odds are maybe the camera and the cell phone is not communicating. That's usually what it is. And that I had a couple issues on it a couple times already. When I do the Sony camera, which I'm going to run this camera, let's run it right now. So basically what I do on let's say this is pretend of the windshield of the car. I know this is a poor example because I had it. If you saw my original video, finally day one at Cedar Point, which you see the where you basically see, let me unscrew this real quick, sorry about that, but I would have had to mount wedged up to the camera would have been wedged up against the windshield, because these mounts don't work in that Honda car I was talking about. They don't stick on the glass, they don't stick on this glass. So what I did was I just mounted wedged up against the windshield, flipped it open, and wait till it comes on. Then I pushed the button. I never zoomed because I don't need to zoom on a POV. I didn't really need to zoom on a POV. I only zoom in when I'm holding the camera, basically. That's it. So right now let's go back to our other camera. Just to let you guys know a little secret. I am the worst texter in the history of texting when it comes to the cell phones. Because believe it or not, I can't not walk and text at the same time. So what do you think my odds surviving and driving and texting? So to close it up, if you're going to be using any of these, everybody suggests go hands-free devices, Bluetooth, Parrot. You go hands-free at all costs. It'll save you the headache. Go hands-free. Don't even be texting anything. You don't have time. You don't even be going down here, and all of a sudden you're driving and texting, and all of a sudden before you know it, you're underneath a 18-wheeler and dragging your butt off the end off the road just to get you off underneath them. Like I said, I have seen truckers, you know, texting and driving too. They need to stop too, and all that stuff. And unfortunately, I have seen a few law officers doing the same thing, texting and driving. So, if you know who they are, if it's you, stop it, okay? Because, like I said, I don't want to be a camera vigilante. That's not what this channel is all about. We just want to do our daily lives. It's just the issues that may concern me, even when I'm out filming. Like I said, when I'm walking with the camera, I'm always looking down behind the camera. If I've got the camera behind me, I know who's coming up behind me. But I'm also worried about who's coming up ahead of me, which I've already proven on this video. Whoever's going to come to my left, come on my right. I also do POVs. I cross the roads as safe as possible. Even, I will admit, I do don't pay attention myself because, you know, maybe I'm in a little hurry myself trying to get home and that. So, but otherwise, I try to do as safe as possible. try to use crosswalks as best as I can, but sometimes I have to take a couple shortcuts, and what I'll do is I try to look in a safe manner to make sure everybody around me is clear for me. Basically is what it is. If everybody's clear for me, I'm crossing. Basically that's what I do. And I just try to cross as quickly as possible, because you should be crossing the street in about around 5 to 10 seconds. It's not that long, but you know, that's, you know, sometimes cars don't see you because they're too busy texting. So always be aware of the other people around you. Basically, that's what we try to do, and that. So I'm hoping this for your YouTubers out there. Be safe. If you're going to do highway videos, be safe as possible. Use hands-free devices. I know most of them does. If you're starting doing a POV views yourself, try to stay hands-free as possible if you can. If you can't, I would suggest find a camera that's a simply on-off button that you can work with. And unfortunately, the Sony camera is not the best for the on-off. If I had this bought me on my Cedar Point trip, this would have been a much better camera, because my on-off button's right here and my filming button is right here. That's it. 2 buttons I have to worry about, instead of flipping this side panel right here that I just showed you. And that. So let's end this little rant video right now. It's a little long. I know people don't like rant videos this long anyway, but thank you for watching the entire video. Don't forget, if you think this is helpful to tell other people, please share this video. Share, give this video a like, share, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you with our normal content tomorrow. Bye.